Hello students, this is Dr. Sterling. I wanted to prepare a short video to help you in your preparation for your client database 1, 2, and 3 assignment. The preparation for that being the client interview at Healthsouth Rehabilitation Hospital. The purpose of this interview is to have a conversation with an adult using therapeutic communication skills and assessment principles, and then collect pertinent data from the client's medical record. This then enables you to synthesize this traditional patient information into an individualized client database that becomes the basis for the nursing plan of care. The hospital, Healthsouth Rehabilitation Hospital of Austin, is located at 1215 Red River Street. That is certainly within walking distance of the School of Nursing if you want to do that. I have listed the web link for the hospital. I encourage you to click on that, www.healthsouthaustin.com, to in essence review all of their resources. It's an excellent resource, an excellent hospital, and we have several situations where students have their clinical experiences there. You may park for free in the hospital garage if you elect not to walk down. The entrance to this garage that is marked as Healthsouth parking is located on West 12th Street, between the access road of I-35 and Red River. You will need to park on the top level. That is actually the 4th floor of the parking garage. You'll need to park on the top level, take the elevator down, cross a little alleyway into the lobby. You will need to be prepared to give your car license number to the hospital receptionist if you do park in this garage. On the day of the interview, bring with you a copy of the Client Database 1 and 2 that can be found in the folder Client Database 1 and 2/Taxes folder in the Assignments link on the 284C Blackboard. It would also be helpful to bring several sheets of notebook or typing paper to take notes, and a clipboard or a very thin notebook that can be used as a support as you are taking notes. You may only make handwritten notes. No electronic device of any kind can be used to record any aspect of the interview or the chart information. You can review the chart primarily for the specific client details that are identified in Client Database 2. So be prepared to come, take notes, realize that you will not be able to use electronic devices to record any information at all. On the day of the interview, plan to meet in the hospital lobby at 1 o'clock sharp in appropriate attire. You must have your UT School of Nursing name badge. The appropriate dress is business casual dress with a white lab coat, closed-toed shoes, no high heels please. The lab coat should be wrinkle-free, clean, 3/4 or full length. The hair neatly combed, kept above the collar, no artificial nails, nail polish, minimal jewelry, no visible body piercings, not visible tattoos, and no use of perfume, strong cologne, scented lotions, or hairspray. This is basically the dress code for any non-hospital based clinical care kind of situation, and I shared it with you very specifically because this is in essence your first official clinical day, and I want you to make certain that you follow the dress code on your first clinical day. A day or so before your assigned day, you will receive an email from Dr. Sterling through that Healthsouth group email several days asking you, giving you the names of students in your group, asking you to self-select into a group of 2. You will be working as a pair, while one person completes the interview while another observes and then completes the peer observer feedback report, and then you will switch so that the second student completes the interview with a client and the first student then is the observer. When both interviews are completed, you will have the opportunity to review the client's chart individually for information for the client database too. We've had some reconfigurations in terms of the numbers, and there are several days that will have an odd number of students. On that particular day, I will work individually with students to ensure a quality experience. You will be able to meet all of the objectives for client database 1, 2, and 3. Prior to the interview, you will need to identify your interview questions by completing the guidelines in client database 1. Give some thought to your interview questions. You will be given brief details of your assigned patient to help you review and perhaps revise your identified questions. It may be that you will say you'll be working with Mrs. Jones, an 85-year-old female patient admitted on June 26th for strengthening rehabilitation following right hip replacement after a fall. You have some of that information, so you won't necessarily need to ask what brought you here, but that's always a good question because it's helpful to have this patient tell you the story. That's part of the interview process. The faculty will review your identified questions and the plan for beginning, introducing the questions of interest to you, and then your plan for completing the interview in a respectful therapeutic manner. The plan is to complete the interview in the privacy and quietness of the client's room. There are some situations in the afternoon when clients are in physical therapy or occupational therapy. That is a priority, and you then will have the option of going to therapy with them and completing the interview that is in essence an integral part of their therapy. And I will work with you individually if indeed that is the situation. On your assigned day, after we meet in the lobby, we'll share a few minutes about the plans and logistics. You'll then be escorted to the unit by Dr. Taxis or myself. As we are able, we will introduce you by name to the client, but will only stay briefly. The client will have previously given permission to, in essence, be interviewed by a nursing student so that they will know you are a UT nursing student. They will know that you would like to ask them about their recent history, particularly in terms of why they are in rehab, and your other questions. So they will know that, but it will be your responsibility to initiate the therapeutic conversation and then complete the interview. The interview should last no longer than 25 minutes, and the observer is the timekeeper. It will be necessary for both students to be sensitive to signs of client fatigue or distress of any kind. And if you do see the client fatigue or distress, or certainly if they say, "I'm tired, I can't talk anymore," then the interview then is quickly terminated. When the interviews are completed, you'll return to the day room area, and the faculty will then locate the chart for that particular patient that you interviewed, and you'll have a chance to review the medical records for your client database 2. When you begin the chart review, refer to that form, client database 2, for the specific information to record. you will notice in the original document that there are red tabs. Several of the questions have red tab indicators on that original form. That refers to dividers in the chart where information can be found. It's to help facilitate the review, so you know then exactly where to go to find their allergies, or their date of admission, or their medications. But even with these indicators and help, students find that it still takes about an hour to an hour and a half to do the chart review. The terms, the organization, all of this is just so brand new that it takes a long time. Dr. Taxis and I will be with you as you begin to collect this information. You'll only need the specified information from Client Database 2. But you do need to have all of that information. You cannot return to the facility at a later date to review the chart again. But when you have written down the information that's specified in Client Database 2, you may leave for the day, but you must inform the faculty when you are leaving. It is your responsibility to know the details for the submitting the reports about the interview. Refer to the details in the Client Database folder in the assignment link on Blackboard for these specifics. Client Database 1, the Peer Observer Feedback Report, the short one-page reflection, the grading rubric. You will submit all of these documents to Dr. Taxis by a specified day after your scheduled interview. Check those guidelines. You will simply save the notes from Client Database 2. That then becomes the basis for your Client Database 3 that you and Dr. Lynn will work together with in the last few weeks of July and then August. I would encourage you to review your notes from Client Database 2, perhaps revise them, make them more legible, type them up, whatever you need to do, but save them, do not lose them, because again, you will not be able to go back to the facility. And again, the objective is to have a conversation with an adult using therapeutic communication principles and skills and assessment techniques to collect pertinent data from the client's medical record. Seniors enjoy talking about themselves. They enjoy talking with young people, and that is how they will see you. They are very, very anxious to help nursing students. So allow them to tell you who they are and what health problems they're experiencing through your very well constructed, well articulated interview type questions. Most of all, have a sincere desire to know them as individuals. That truly is the basis for a therapeutic nurse-patient relationship. If you have any questions about details, please email me at bsterling@mail.ner.utexas.edu. Thank you.